Now, who doesn't love a fish sandwich? Especially one with some bougie tartar sauce that has Osetra caviar and yuzu in it, while also keeping it real with a slice of American cheese. Every fish sandwich deserves an amazing tartar sauce. I'm gonna show you how to make one really quick and simple. This is about roughly a tablespoon of all these ingredients. Some cornichons, sweet relish, capers, yuzu juice, maybe 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, and a tablespoon of onions. And as usual, all the ingredients will be linked in the description box down below. Now, if you don't have one of these mini food processors, you should get one. It will make your life so much easier. Keep pulsing this relish until you get to your desired consistency. I like mine a little less chunky, so I'm going to add a little bit of yuzu juice just to give it some flavor and to loosen it up. And let's just blitz it for another second or so. Once you reach your desired consistency, pour everything into a mixing bowl. Now, next thing I'm going to do is add the sweet pickle relish, and I'm going to add some lemon zest for that familiar lemon flavor, but I don't want to add the juice because I already have the yuzu in there. I've had people ask me before, Chef, how do you get your tartar sauce to be so thick and chunky? Well, here's the little trick. You want to add your mayonnaise to the relish, not the other way around. This way you can control how thick you want it. If you want your tartar sauce to be really nice and thick, add less mayo. If you want yours to be a little thinner, add more mayo and a little bit more liquid. But as you can see here, this boy is thick with 3 C's. Now onto our fish. I visited my friends over at the Blue Runner seafood truck down here in Miami. Michael, one of the owners, is in the truck right now. He doesn't see me filming, but there he is. I got from them today a nice fillet of Corvina, which is, some people call a white sea bass, but this meat is super tender, flaky, and mild. I'm thinking more along the lines of like a snapper and a grouper. That's what it really reminds me of. And you get really nice, big, thick, chunky flakes. With these thin tail pieces, I'm just going to remove them and use them for like fish fingers or fish and chips. I'm going to cut the loin and the belly part into nice sandwich sized portions. This top portion of the loin is really thick, so I'm just going to butterfly it, make a really nice fillet for a sandwich. But if you have your own way of cutting these up, go and do it that way, whatever you're comfortable with. And I'm going to put this into the fridge and keep it cold while we work on our beer batter. This is how I make a beer batter. 1 egg and enough beer just to get it nice and liquidy, but I don't want to add too much. I want to see the yellow of the yolk. I'm going to season my batter with some salt, garlic powder, paprika, black pepper. Now, I do love adding mustard. Today I'm using a Dusseldorf mustard. If you have Dijon or plain yellow mustard or whatever you want to use, go ahead and use that. I'm adding enough AP flour to make a thick, kind of like a pancake batter. That's the consistency I'm looking for. Dredging station, flour, our batter, and panko. I'm going to keep the seasoning on my fish pretty simple. Salt and fresh cracked black pepper on both sides, but feel free to season it however you want. Into the flour, you want to pat and tap off the excess into your batter. Make sure it is fully covered, and then into the panko. I like to grab a little handful first. Oops. Let's fix that. And then sprinkle the panko on the top so we can avoid further smudging of the batter. You don't want any bare spots on your fish. I have some preheated oil at 330 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the temperature I love frying fish at, because that way I can ensure that it cooks all the way through without getting too dark or burnt on the outside. Now, it's an important thing to remember that if you're frying anything that has a crust or batter on it, once it goes in the oil, don't disturb it for at least 30-40 seconds to let the crust develop. Now I'm going to put the fish onto a wire rack, hit it with some salt and some American cheese. For today's fish sandwich, I'm going to be using a potato bun. Now feel free to use whatever bun you like. Last minute audible, I'm going to add some caviar to our yuzu tartar sauce. I felt a little bougie today, so let's do that. This tartar sauce is so thick you can pick it up with chopsticks. Now let's add some of this Osetra tartar sauce onto our toasted buns. Add in our seasoned fish with our American cheese on it. A little bit more on the top bun. And let's crown this king. Look at this incredible fish sandwich. A little bit of bouginess, yet grounded because of the American cheese. I know this is gonna make me happy. Alright, full disclaimer, I lost audio on this part of the video, so I'm going to do my best to ad-lib. All right, so basically what I'm saying is, oh, look at our sandwich. And yes, I am using American cheese. If you want to use your fancy cheese, go ahead. But I like to save my fancy cheese for a cheese board or something like that. And I don't want to hear in the comments saying that American cheese isn't real cheese. Well, it never claimed to be. So there you go. We got crispy Corvina. We have an Osetra caviar tartar sauce with yuzu in it. And look how thick this is. It's sticking to everything. It's not running down my arm. It's not running down the plate. Look, you guys will have the first bite. Oh, crunch, crunch, crunch. Listen to the sound of that panko. Delicious, man. And you see how nice and flaky this fish is. Really mild tasting, really clean tasting. Again, look at that tartar sauce. This fish eats like a snapper or grouper. And you know what? I'm going to give you guys an extra dollop of caviar tartar sauce and crunch, crunch. Man, that's insane. This is a very delicious sandwich. This fish is perfect for it. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Sorry for the audio technical difficulties. Like, follow, smash, whatever it is. Take care of yourselves. Make yourself something to eat. And as always, peace.